Well, I think there are many different sides of science, and there will probably be many very different and distinct things. But I guess there are some urgent needs for developing new sources of energy. So I guess in 2050, maybe before that, because otherwise it might be too late. But something around those lines, try to find cleaner ways of producing and living in this big planet.
I would go for robots. I think we would see them on a very daily basis. We would get used to them very quickly, and I think there would be a huge difference between the involvement that we see from robots in our daily lives now and in 50 years' time. There would be a dramatic increase in the role that they play in our daily lives.
Well, I think that lots of stuff will be hydrogen fuel based, so I don't think there'll be no fossil fuels at all, so it'll be a totally different world. I think that, like, for example, gaming, PlayStation 500 possibly, really gone far along in that, and we'll all be arriving here in our flying cars. I don't think we'd be driving on the road anymore, but yeah, really huge advancements. So yeah, even in the Large Hadron Collider, I think that they would find out all of the answers that they were looking for, so there'd be not much more to explore.
There'll be more cancer-related research, more into helping cure cancer. Either that, or there'll be flying cars.
I reckon probably more into renewable energy. Perhaps by then they would have probably figured out the hydrogen fuel cells, how to store the energy more efficiently, and hopefully there'll be more cars on the road, more hydrogen cars.
I reckon it'd be something about combating global warming, perhaps coming up with a new way of reducing the greenhouse effect and everything, something like that, and maybe coming up with a new way of saving on the energy and stuff like that contribute to global warming.
Probably more advanced robotic stuff, obviously, something to do with the insect-sized robots, which they've already been developed. We've seen some, but I think they're going to be much more developed and much real life-like, probably.
I think something to do with invisibility, some sort of commercial product that can make something invisible.
I think it would be good to have flying devices for people, like public, that could be offered eventually, so people can buy it. And because I know nowadays they have the jetpacks that can only fly for a limited amount of time. It'd be better if we could maybe travel with these jetpacks, something like that. That'd be fun.
I'd like to see some kind of teleportation device. Maybe not people, but definitely objects. Make transporting materials to faraway countries a lot easier.
Okay, so what I think is that there will be energy efficient electrical products which will be developed in the future, and newer energy sources, perhaps sources based on plasma or other energy sources which are more clean than nuclear fuels and other things like that.
There might also be more about space tourism, because they're starting the galactic flights obviously with Virgin, but I think renewable energy should be big, hopefully, by then.
I mean, we've got to keep the environment clean, so there may be even other things like other solutions to waste, things like that, which are fast becoming a problem with a rapidly expanding population around the world, I think.
Yeah, and designer babies will be an issue if it's not happening, at the very least. I don't know what else.
Yeah.
probably new methods of transport, but
Definitely.
not sure what. He thought flying cars.
No, it's not feasible at all. The amount of air traffic control behind that is just ridiculous. I don't think there'll be ever flying cars as such, not in the near future. By 2050, certainly.
There might be new building ways of building houses and I don't know, company houses where they don't have waste so much energy.
Yeah, energy efficient homes and integrating energy efficient solutions, water recycling, things like that, which need to be focused on in the future if we're to have a clean environment.
I think that there will be some kind of cure for cancer or another way to prevent cancer or more just further technology to deal with cancer.
I think that we won't be able to like teleport to work or anything, but we will be able to teleport stuff like cells and that.
I think there'll be like a solution to global warming or something like that.
I think there'll be cars with no wheels, and I think there'll be hydrogen cars.
There'll be lesser pollution. There'll be more people in chemistry and more drugs be prescribing to kill like diseases and stuff like that.
Well, I kind of hope there will be something talking about how they dealt with the current global warming crisis. Maybe something to do with advances in nanotechnology. And maybe something talking about how more chemical structures, and because I know there's quite a from what at the moment we're doing in chemistry, there's a fair bit on the structure and how they work, and maybe a bit more in depth about stronger structures and stronger bonding and things like that.
Well, I reckon there'll be a development in the technology side of computing and the processors being more powerful, and it'll be a lot more interesting stuff going on with the computing side of things, along with a lot more research abilities into different sciences and everything else like that.
Like people going on holiday into space to the moon, kind of like airlines but for space like we have nowadays. Yeah. And a cure for cancer, things like that.
Yeah, it can also be like virtual things where you like stand in something and then it like takes you on a journey somewhere or something. Like
virtual gaming and kind of army games where you actually get to shoot and stuff like that.
A cure for cancer. Everyone will know more about cancer and obviously more about the causes and anything that can cure it.
Newly developed diseases like cancer, but they've like developed. Find out a cure for them. Trying to.
Robots that actually could actually legitimately help us in everyday life, like as in things that can think fast enough for themselves and do things dexterously like a human person.
They'd probably be doing like all the menial tasks that people don't want to do themselves, because I don't know, I can't see them really being designed for anything else.
You go first. Okay, I think by that time there'll have been manned missions to Mars. I hope there'll be some results from that. I think that'd be really exciting. It might not be the most useful way to spend money at sending people to Mars, but I think it will get lots of people interested in science, so it'd be really good to see results from that.
Also, I think if oil's run out by then, there should be lots of new power alternatives, fusion power, things like that.